I'm on my way to Oxford to an EDL demo, another EDL demo. I spend far too much time at these protests. Today, the English Defence League are protesting against Muslim grooming gangs. So they've come together to protest about that. So I'm going to go down and see whether I can speak to some of these EDL protesters to see why they're there and why they don't like Islam.
In my heart, I pray. Kids and dogs in my heart. Keep me English. Keep me English till my dying day. No surrender. No surrender. No surrender to the Taliban.
We're here to stop Sharia law and the paedophile and the how can I put it? The paedophilisation of children from Muslim state.
Oxford doesn't want your fascist crap. It's about having our freedoms of speech, our freedoms to live, and our freedoms, our right as a human being. That's all it is.
They can off. I don't give a about them. They can go die.
You're able to walk amongst that lot without getting no hassle at all. You know what I mean?
But I can't, you know, a lot of your followers have been, you know, saying some unkind words about me and my religion today. But I'm
Not
here
about
to
you
film.
personally. About the extremist version of Islam, but
But he's
normal
not saying
Muslim
very
people.
nice things about the Prophet, is he?
Nah, well, so I didn't realise I was getting filmed.
You not say nice things about the EDL?
I don't agree with the EDL. I think, like most people in Britain.
So what you're saying then you agree with young girls getting groomed?
Of course I don't. Why would I?
Well, you're studying saying you don't agree what we're doing. Come on, it works both ways, doesn't it?
I think most people would say that the EDL is blaming Muslims for grooming and child abuse, and it happens in all forms of society. Not just
I'm not saying it don't. I'm not saying it don't. But you're stood here and saying all this, that, and the other. Come on, give everyone a break here.
I haven't said anything.
Give people a break, innit?
Give me a break as a Muslim. It's not my fault that a lot of these things happen.
You're right. You're right. Extremist Islam it is. So
people condone it.
We're not against normal Muslim people like yourself.
I think it's horrific when people get abused, but why just focus on Muslims?
It's sick, isn't it?
Jimmy Savile abused a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah, but I know
what you're saying.
Did.
Well, they all did, didn't they, in the 80s? And everyone I'm trying to say,
He wasn't a Muslim.
No, but what I'm trying to say,
what he's trying to say, the majority are Muslim gangs, aren't they?
I've got two kids.
All of it's wrong.
But why then just focus on the Muslims that are doing it?
Focus on everything.
Because it's Muslim gangs doing it, and they do it to hundreds of kids. I know Jimmy Savile was wrong.
He did it to hundreds of kids.
Yeah.
It's not just a one-off though, is it? Where I live in Telford, it's full of it. Rotherham, Bradford.
What ISIS are doing in Syria, do you think that's acceptable?
I don't think it's acceptable at all. I know people...
Islam, a religion of peace.
I know many Muslims who have been killed by ISIS
9/11,
in Syria.
7/7, all done in the religion of peace.
Still keep going over in it. It's always like
It's right, though.
Muslim people are going over in it.
You keep saying Islam is the religion of peace. You've caused more terrorist acts than anybody else in the whole world.
I understand why you might think that, but that's actually factually not correct.
We can tell you where the extremism comes from. It's 1400 years old. It's long before Blair took anyone to war, long before any of that. It's there with what Muhammad written, the things that he wanted said. That's where the extremism comes
A
from.
lot of people have said to me that there's over 1 billion Muslims in the world and there's only a small number that are doing these things in the name of being Muslim or Islamic. So do you feel that if Islam really was what you're saying and there was 1 billion Muslims in the world, wouldn't the world be quite a different place to the...
All right, answering your question then, those non-Muslims you're saying who disagree with it all, how come they don't stand up to ISIS? They don't, do they? They protect them and hide them and everything else, and they do.
Do you know that more Muslims have been killed by ISIS than non-Muslims?
Is that don't believe in what they say?
Right, let me ask you a question. Right, a serious one. Why you saying it's a religion
a piece. Why are Muslims not coming out in the street and going, not in the name of Islam? Name me the time when they've been out in the street going, not in the name of Islam.
There has been actually many demonstrations where Muslims have done that, but you know what? A lot of Muslims that we talk to say. Well, if I can just answer to this point so we can discuss it, a lot of Muslims will say that actually we do condemn it. There is some things that are happening as they happen in the fringe of all societies. The same way that you won't have to come out every day and apologise for Jimmy Savile and protest against what Jimmy Savile's done every day.
How can I be related to Jimmy Savile?
But in the eyes of many Muslims...
How can I be related? So you're racist then?
No, I'm
Jimmy
saying
Savile's white, I'm white, so automatically we're connected.
It's the same thing.
So how is it? So how can you dare liken me with Jimmy Savile just because I'm white? Who is racist?
That made you very angry, and that's exactly how Muslims feel when you say that all Muslims are...
When do we say that?
Paedophile gangs.
When do we say that?
Stand on there.
When do we say that?
Why don't we see it in the news?
You tell me, like I said to you.
Well, just got back in the car from the EDL demo, and it was interesting as always. As a Muslim, I don't personally get offended by what I hear from there because I just think there's a lot of ignorance. Obviously what they say is very insulting, but I got an opportunity to speak to these EDL members, and you know, when you speak to them, in some way I can understand where they're coming from. I really believe that the EDL members and the people that I've spoken to so many times when I've come on these protests are people who are uneducated and misinformed, and the people who've created these constructs, the people who are misinforming them and the structures that are doing that, they know what they're doing. Maybe those EDL members that I was talking to today, maybe they don't know what they're doing. Frankly, they didn't know what they were talking about.